Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I just wanted to go over, I put out a quick video there just showing the truck. I just want to go over what I've done. So there's two buttons on the truck. We'll do this in the daytime instead of in the pitch black. This button here makes the feet go down and the lights turn on, right? And it makes this activate. And the second button here, this is the drill. See, it's going down, and then of course the tank has fluid in it and it'll deplete at a different amount, right? Obviously. And then I took this from a fire truck and I put it on there because I thought it looked cool. The control panel. Right, so this here is going to be on this side as well, and then this one here is going to drain fluid, and then this side here will fill up with fluid, and that's what we'll be selling. Or whatever, right? That could be a game. You never know. That could be a game. Could be lots of things, right? And this goes backwards, but that's okay. It goes backwards. You know what? Whatever, huh? Whatever. Alright, I'll definitely have to work on that label, but you get the idea there. So it fills up, it does its thing. Right, now this thing here, we want to duplicate. Let's see, we're going to do this here. Because it's already got everything in it. Oh, I guess it's just that. Yeah, there we go. Right, and then this button here, we won't need, but what we're going to add on to here is we should say, let's see, local label B, script dot parent dot parent dot parent dot parent B, is it? If that gets us to there, 1, 2. Where's that? That's too far. Hold on, where are we going from here? We are show and explore, script dot parent 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dot B. It should be right there. But instead, if I go one more, we're here. Oh, so that takes us to level A. So if we go one more, we should be here. And then I should be able to say dot B. Yeah, dot B. Dot level B. Dot union. Dot surface GUI. Dot text label. There we go. Okay, so now so the first one is going to deplete, and it'll deplete by, let's say, 10. And then what we'll do is we will say, now there's a value on this tank. So we need to say value B. One, two, three, 4, 5. Dot B. This could be interesting. It's just the one model. Dot model. Dot fill tank part. Dot value. Perfect. So then we will say value B dot value equals and then what we will say this will have to be amount B. So we do that. So every 2 seconds we get a value. And then that will be empty. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is slightly less. And that way it'll empty out before the other tank fills up. That's probably a better way of doing it. And then what I can say is if value B dot value is equal to, let's say, is less than, then else I could say label B dot text equals full. Perfect. Now that might work. Let's just turn this to 100 just so that way it's quick. And we're testing the text label right now. So we'll set it up. So that one works. That one does not. And that is because label B dot text equals value B dot value. There we go. So all I'm doing is I'm trying to create a loop with the code. So this side here, it's depleting. And this side here, it's going up. Perfect. Now that says empty. Now, if it goes beyond that, it'll say full, but it looks like it's stopped. And that's really good. All right. So we can change these numbers, right? Like in the game, you can allow the player to update these numbers to make them larger, blah, blah, blah. So you can increase the capacity of the vehicle. But we are going to take this to, yeah, right now it's at 2,000, and then it can change the depletion rate. You know, that way there's a fair amount. It takes them a little while to fill it up. And that's pretty much that. So then what we want to do is we could duplicate this. And this will be fill. And this will be empty. Oops. Right, so and then in the fill script, we don't need, we need the click detector. We don't need this though. The prismatic constraint. And we don't want to change that and this. All we're going to do is we're just going to change the... and we're not even going to do that. We're just going to change the colors. That's all we're going to do. Let's see. Script up here to on. We're not going to change any sounds. And we're not going to change that to on either. Alright, so that should work. But we need to go to parent .b .level b. Unfortunately. Just like that. Level B. Now the value that we want to turn on is already in another, it's turned on in another script. So this script just reads the value and then changes the and then eventually I'll have to reverse it because it lights up when it's empty and it doesn't light up when it's full, and which is the opposite of what I want, right? So there, it's depleting. Oh, this one here just totally fell apart. So we're just welding this together. That's why the parts fell off. There's a way in a chassis to have it all welded together. I don't know. There's many ways to do it, right? So we do that. Yes, the label is there. Turn on the fluid. Perfect. Oh yeah, there's the top one. Yeah, it's filling up the opposite way. That's all right. I'll figure that out. Maybe I'll just flip it upside down. All right. Now this one here was going to be neon green, and this one here, neon green, yellow, and this. Yeah, actually, you know, orange is probably better than. It's a better color. Then we can go red. All right, so it wants to fill up like that, and then this one, of course, depletes from the top to the bottom. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so there you have it. So that's just basic truck. What else can we do to this thing here? Let's go home. Let's go to the toolbox. Let's look for a beacon. All right. That looks pretty cool. Except it's red. All right, and then there's got to be the beam. And this one here. So then we can just weld that right to there. Put that inside miscellaneous. I think it just spins on its own, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to turn it on. Huh. I betcha it's anchored. Which one did I weld here? the base. All right, so let's do this here. Let's take that. Let's take that. Let's take that. And let's take that. So this part, the cover will weld. The base will weld. This part here, I guess we don't need that anymore. We can get rid of that. Oh, that's the orange. Gotcha. That's the red light. But it's neon now. There must be another red light here. See, we're still getting red. Or it's that. All right, anyway, so which one's the beam? So this is the beam. So we're going to weld that to there, to the cover. The cover we're not going to weld. The base, and then the union, we're going to weld that to the cover. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take the cover, and we are going to create a cylinder between here and here. All right, and the cylinder we are going to put inside start, and we are going to turn this to a motor, and we're going to say angular limits enabled, and we also want linear limits enabled. Linear limits means it won't go up and down. Very, very important. And then we just want angular velocity to be 1. Yeah, let's see how that works. Oh, it only moved 45. Hold on. Now it should spin around. Yeah, there we go. Slowly. Maybe we want it to spin a bit faster than that. Maybe we want that to be like 10. It's off-center just a little bit. All right, that's cool. Then we can take the beacon. We can do that, and then of course we can turn the beams off. Right, we can make this A, B. Same with the spotlights, they're enabled, we can turn them off. So in here where it starts the script, we can turn this on. We can say, no, not in this script. We want this to turn on when setup. So when the setup turns on, we want to say script.parent.a, script.parent.a, script.parent.b, script.parent.bb. Okay, so A is dot bean. Now, can we make this visible or not? Is it just enabled? Okay, it's not enabled. So that's it. So all we can do is we can turn the beam on and we can turn the beam off. Cool. And that just kind of adds a little bit of an effect to it. That's neat. All right. So... and then we want to say... dot enabled equals true. Then we'll take this here. So this vehicle has buttons. It doesn't have an interface. Like all the other vehicles I built have interfaces. This one doesn't have an interface. We just press buttons on the truck to get it to work. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Looks like the beam's coming out of the button now. Let's put that back in the beacon. Yeah, so that'll have to be beacon. Alright, and then when we press setup, is that right? .misc.beacon .cover. All right. Wow. Ooh, is that because the spotlights are in there too? Probably. Yeah, probably. So now we need this. We put those into cover too. Alright. Cool, and then what we need to do is we just need to tell it to rotate now. So we need to say script apparent dot cylinder constraint script apparent dot cylindrical constraint dot angular velocity, is it? Angular restitution. Hold on. Set up. Oh, it's set up as a servo. Is this the right one? No. It's this one here. BBB. It's BBBBB. Dot angular velocity equals 3. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Neat. There we go. Cool. There we go. So that's simple and easy to use. Just a couple of buttons and the truck sets up and it starts to do some stuff for us. Now what I should do is just quite simply add some effects here. So if we go home and we go into the toolbox and we look for like dust, there should be a dust effect. I think it's this one here. Yeah, so then copy that, paste into here. Then we'll take that and then, ooh, that's actually kind of neat. So motor.ef, so then when we turn on start, we want to say not while true do. Here, we'll do it in here. After it's all of that, we'll say script.parent dot setup. No, not dot setup. Let's see, 1, 2, oh yeah, 3, 3, 4, 5. Dot misc. Dot tanks. Is this the only model that's in there? Okay, dot dust. Dot motor. Dot ef dot enabled equals true. And then we'll do that. All right, and then there's just kind of a little bit of an effect on there. Yeah, neat. And it starts to drill. So now what we need is like a water. Let's see, like a waterfall maybe. I have one in yeah, not this waterfall, but it's like a mist. Let's see. What we need is a nozzle, and then this will get us something that sprays, right? Let's see, a fire nozzle. Maybe. Fire nozzle. Water hose. Yeah, there we go. It has scripts. All right. Okay. Sure. Put it in the starter pack. Yes. Okay. Alright. Now it's in the starter pack. Get rid of the foam one. All we want from here is just that. So we'll take that. We're going to drag that into miscellaneous. And we're going to put it inside here. There we go. And now what we can do is we can take this, get rid of that. So now it's dripping. So now we take this pipe and we insert object, attachment. Water. And now we can move the attachment down to here. And then we can, I don't know if we can we rotate it? Yeah, we can just rotate the attachment like that. And then of course it doesn't have to spray that much. Like, and we can, let's see, acceleration like 1. Speed 2. Yeah, all right. Lifeline. Yeah, so just a little amount, right? Just a tiny little amount. There we go. That's pretty good. And then it can be like, you know. Yeah, I like that sort of shooting out of there. All right, so then what we want to do is now we want to enable that. So we need to say script 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dot miscellaneous. Dot tanks. Dot dust. Dot pipe. Dot water. Dot water. Dot enabled equals true. So all we're doing is we're just finding it, right? And then we'll turn the water off. Then we set up. Yeah, there we go. Start drilling. That's cool. Oh, because that's in the pipe. That's in the pipe. That's right. So this attachment here should actually be in the pipe. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's so sweet. And then we get a little bit of the dust, and we get a little bit of the water coming through. You know, it just adds to the experience, right? We'll hop in the truck, drive away to the next site. Oh, the water didn't turn off. There we go. Now it's turned off. So as you can see, we added some code to it. We took an ordinary model. We added some things to it. It's still not quite done. Like it still needs lights. Let's do that real quickly while I finish my coffee. So this one here can be red, and then of course the spotlight. The point light can be red. And we're going to group this. Group as a model. G1, and then I'll put this in the brakes. So now this one doesn't blink. So what we want to do is we want to take the headlight code. We can copy it, and I think we can just paste it right in there. And that's it. So that should give us brake lights. Whoops. Oh, it needs to be spotlight. And this is spotlight. go. Now, similar to what I did with this, we need, is that the gray? That's just the part. Excellent. I want to make it just slightly larger. All right. All right, so now we'll take this and we will duplicate it, and we're going to drag it here. And we're going to go group as a model. We're going to call this one G1. And we're going to put this into reverse. So it looks a little busy. I'll have to just sort the lights out a little bit. Like, you know, it looks a little busy there. There we go. Then we need the blinkers left and right, and this truck will be complete. So we put this one into where it left. Now we need to make all of these. All right, and then what do we need? We need the blinker. We need the blinker code. So is that what I used for here? Yeah, I did. Neat. Just like that. If script.parent.on, of course it's not a floodlight, it's a spotlight. There we go. Cool. And now we got left blinker, and I'll set up the right blinker, and that'll be it. That'll be it. Group as a model. So you see what I'm doing here. This is what needs to be done when you're setting up your model. Just exactly what I'm doing right now. Right, you have your code, you have your blinker code, all that good stuff. Cool. Just that one part. Nice. All right, so that is that. This model is set up. Now it just, could use any additional accessories. Any additional accessories that we want to put on here. So I guess it's actually getting quicker. I know I was saying before it takes about 12 hours. That's how long it took. But this, I mean, it can still take a few hours, I guess, depending on what we're building. But I didn't put an interface on this one. I just added a couple of buttons to it. So I guess I kind of want to show, like, that you don't always need an interface. You don't always need all that stuff. You can just make basic vehicles. Like, this is just a basic vehicle. But it has, look what it can do, right? Got all these lights on it. That's cool. Right, we can get inside it. Turn the headlights on. Get it to drill. Right, so then you take something like this, you put it in an experience, and it just gives the player just something else. Something to look at, something to do. So what I want to do is I'm going to do the same thing like this. I'm going to make an excavator that drills as well. And that's going to be part of the construction pack. Like I say, slowly we're going to build onto it and add to it, because there's just so much you can do, right? And we'll make a couple more. Maybe I'll make a delivery one. Anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. You guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed this. I guess the next video, can make a garbage truck. We'll do two types. We'll do a front-loading garbage truck, and we'll do a rear-loading garbage truck. And maybe we'll use this chassis, or we'll make that chassis into one. So what I also did, this truck was bigger. It was scaled a lot larger. So I just set it down beside this truck here, and I changed the scale on a little bit. Like, obviously it's got bigger tires and stuff, so it rides higher. But you see, it's relatively the same size. Maybe it's a, you know, maybe something like that, right? It's close. So that's really important too when you're making your games, that you try and have a similar scale for everything, right? Maybe this one we want to make it a little bit bigger, whatever, but just make sure that you're able to do that. And it doesn't matter the size. We could scale this up so it's bigger, smaller, just as long as you have a scale. I guess the last thing I could do for this truck is make a trailer for it. We could make a trailer for it. It has some other gear, some accessories. I'm not sure. But that is going to do it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Liking and subscribing. I should add this right now. I should add this model. Let's see. It's a drill truck. And then anybody can jump in it and drive away. It's got no security, nothing in it whatsoever, which I'll add. Maybe I won't. So let's save, export. Let's save this to Roblox. Drill truck, and then truck. Anywhere, has buttons. Play around. Okay. Category, model, genre, all. Town and city. All right. So I will put a link to this model in the description of the video. It should be this one here. Yep, and we should be able to use it in studio, just like the other trucks. There it is, right there. Once again, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. You're awesome, and I hopefully will see you all in the next one.